Imagine, just for a second, the absolute worst moment of your life. You're trapped in the dark, you're hurt, you're terrified, and just when you look up, hoping for a hand to pull you out, you see the face of the person you trusted most holding a shovel. And then, the dirt hits your face. This isn't just a story about an animal. This is a story about overcoming adversity and that crushing weight we all feel when life tries to bury us. It's about that moment when the math doesn't add up in your favor and the world decides you are no longer an asset, but a liability. But stay with me, because what happens at the bottom of that well isn't a tragedy. It is the blueprint for the greatest comeback you will ever witness. Let's take it back to a farm. Could be anywhere, maybe the heartland of Nebraska or the hills of Montana. There was a horse. He wasn't just livestock, he was the engine of that farm. For years, he carried the heaviest riders, pulled the hardest plows, and built the farmer's fortune with pure muscle. But time is undefeated. The horse got old, his stride got shorter, his coat lost its shine, and he slowed down. To the farmer, a guy who looked at life through a spreadsheet of profits and losses, the horse was depreciating. His self-worth was literally being questioned. One afternoon, while grazing, the horse took a bad step. The ground gave way, and he fell into an abandoned, dried-up well. The fall was brutal. The darkness was instant. The horse cried out, a high, piercing sound of pure terror echoing off the cold stone walls. He cried for hours, waiting for the man he had served his whole life to save him. The farmer finally came. He looked down into that black hole. He saw the situation. He calculated the cost of a crane, the effort of a rescue, and the value of an old, stiff horse. The math was cold. It just wasn't worth it. So, the farmer made a decision that happens in boardrooms and relationships every single day. He decided to cut his losses. He called his neighbors, handed them shovels, and said, "Let's put him out of his misery. Let's fill the well." Can you imagine the confusion? The horse is down there, battered, looking up at a slice of blue sky, and suddenly the light starts fading. Thud! A heavy load of soil hits his back, then another and another. At first, the panic was primal. The horse realized he wasn't being rescued, he was being erased. The people he knew were burying him alive. Dust filled his lungs, the weight started crushing him. He screamed, he kicked, he pleaded. But the shovels didn't stop. The dirt kept raining down, relentless, heavy, and final. His cries eventually faded into silence. Up above, the men paused. The silence from the well was heavy. They thought it was over. They thought the old beast had finally given up and accepted his fate. But they were wrong. Down in the dark, something shifted in the horse's mind. A switch flipped in his mindset. He realized that crying wouldn't stop the dirt. Begging wouldn't stop the shovels. When a chunk of earth hit his spine, instead of letting it pin him down, instinct took over. He shook it off, and as the dirt fell to the floor, he took a step up. Stand on top of it. Another shovel of dirt landed. Shake it off. Step up. Another load of rejection. Shake it off. Step up. Another heap of failure. Shake it off. Step up. It wasn't magic. It was a grind. It was persistence. The dust was blinding, and his legs were screaming, but the horse turned the very thing meant to kill him into the tool that would save him. He refused to be buried by the garbage being thrown at him. With every scoop of dirt intended to end his life, he rose an inch higher towards the sun. Hours passed. The sun began to set. The neighbors were tired, shoulders aching, expecting to see a flat surface of dirt. But suddenly, over the edge of the well, 2 ears popped up, then a nose. Then, with one final exhausted heave, the horse stepped over the wall of the well. He stood there, covered in dust, breathing hard, mane matted with earth. He looked at the farmer. He didn't attack him. He didn't neigh in anger. He just looked at him with the quiet dignity of a survivor. And then he turned around and trotted off into the sunset, free. Life is gonna throw dirt on you. Betrayal, failure, debt, heartbreak, it's all coming. The world might decide you're done, but the secret isn't to stop the dirt from falling. The secret is to never let it weigh you down. Shake it off. Step up with resilience, because the deeper the hole, the higher you climb.